As long as my heart beats, I'm gonna scratch and turn tables to produce a profit. You won't even have ones and twos in your pockets. You think everything you need will just appear. You choose that option, but you'll be digging through crates for food. It's shocking. That's what happens when for no reason you don't use some logic.
Greed is all about his appetite, lives only for now. He'd trade heaven's golden streets for the golden corral. Cause see, when greed hits a buffet, he's about to get thrown out. Cause he goes face first in the plate like he's about to get thrown out.
Alright, yo, this is Stellar Fusion Battle, Stellar Fusion Entertainment. Zach is nobody here with 3PFD.
What's up?
This is the night after. I got like 4 hours of sleep. 3PFD got like 12 because he went to bed as soon as we got back. We call him Sleep PFD.
Really?
I'm putting him on blast. But anyway, this is kind of last minute, but we're just going to kind of do some interview / conversation thing here. So we had a rematch. 2.0, maybe 3.0 if you count that IHOP battle in Charlotte. That was really random.
But man, I guess it's just he doesn't understand it yet like this. He tips his mom 20% anytime she comes in with a sandwich and some chips. This idiot would give his right arm to be ambidextrous and even gave a bag of groceries to an anorexic chick.
Kill you. My writing's the nicest. Cause when I take a stab at it, that's like a fight with an ice pick.
But anyway, it's kind of a rematch of Greed versus Generosity, which was my first battle, his like 200th battle. And but this time we agreed beforehand that we weren't going to have any pre-battles done from our first 2 rounds. The first time was 2 60-second rounds. And so we just decided, you know, we're going to have those same 2 rounds. We'll limit it to like 4-bar rebuttals on the spot. And then we're going to add a 90-second third round to give something new as we kind of go in Stellar Fusion. It seemed like kind of a good thing to do. That's where we started together a little over 2 years ago. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but just a good jumping off point there. So anyway, we're here in Tiffin at our Vortex event. First event we've ever done in Tiffin, maybe the first rap battle event in Tiffin, definitely of this kind for sure. So anyway, what was your mindset coming into the 2.0, the rematch?
Wow. My mindset, you know, I definitely kind of looked at 1.0, how it went, you know, the first greed versus generosity versus greed battle, and I wanted to kind of see what worked and what didn't. So it's kind of tough when you're spitting bars again, especially bars that didn't work the first time. You're kind of thinking like, how can I make them work this time? Are they going to get more reaction, less reaction? So I was trying to think about that, and then for round 3, I was kind of trying to adjust to, okay, what did work the first time and what can I do in that style to kind of make that work, because we're already going down that path at that point. So it was a little bit different being that we had already done it, you know, as opposed to if we're just coming from scratch and you don't know what angles are going to be taken. You already knew some of the angles that were going to be taken, so it's like kind of like, how do I stay in that vein and not write something that's totally off script? So that was kind of my mindset in prepping for it, and I think it went pretty well. I think what I came up with for a third definitely hit and, you know, kind of connected, so that was cool.
To explain on that and expound a little bit, sometimes, I don't know why, but people get the misconception that we like have predetermined like what the other person's going to do, which isn't the case. But because it's a concept battle, we were able to redo the first 2 rounds and then just add a third. And like I said, we agreed beforehand. Like, I didn't even listen to his stuff really while I was rememorizing my stuff because I didn't want to accidentally think of a rebuttal. So anything we did was pretty much on the spot for the most part in relation to that. But yeah, as far as your third goes, like, I thought your third was, I could tell, I don't know if it's because you knew my first 2 rounds and you're kind of trying to go that angle a little bit, but it was definitely more of like what I felt like what I did the first battle, and like more humorous, getting some more, not as much like heavy wordplay and entendre and in-depth stuff, just more like getting straight to the point and funny and some punchlines in there. So I really liked your third round that you added to it. I thought that was dope.
No doubt. So yeah, so I guess kind of on your side, you know, what gave you the idea? Because you're the one that came to me and said, hey, let's do greed versus generosity again with a third round. Like, what gave you that idea in the first place?
Well, we were talking about trying to figure out an event to do, and we were trying to do it quick. And I had some other stuff I was trying to get done. Life, just personal life's been kind of hectic, not in a bad way, just really busy lately. And so I didn't want to put too much on my plate. Trying to work some stuff out with No Coast. I think I got a battle coming up at the end of the month. I think that's official. Not 100% sure yet. Shout out No Coast, Master Shake. And so, excuse me, Master Shake. And so, but yeah, so I really just didn't want to put too much on my plate. And I was like, that would be easier just having to add a third round. And I think you said before, like, it just felt kind of like unfinished business, the fact that it turned out so well. I don't think either one of us knew it was going to turn out that well the first time we battled. It's almost at 2,000 views now, which for that channel and a tryout battle, that was pretty good, I thought. So, but yeah, I was like, kind of complete it, come full circle as we began this new venture with Stellar Fusion, kind of from where everything began, at least for me there, and some of what I guess Slap Pittsburgh was. So I just felt like it was a good jumping off point, kind of brought it full circle, and also made it easier for me that I didn't have to memorize more stuff. So
yeah, likewise.
So what were some of your favorite bars? Maybe I guess it could be old stuff, but maybe like some of the rebuttals or the like from the third rounds. What was some of your favorite stuff?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of good stuff. I mean, I liked your first 2 rounds, honestly, from the first time. I thought they were funny, and I still thought they were funny. From the whole, like, he'd give his right arm to be ambidextrous and gave a bag of groceries to an anorexic chick. Like, I thought that was funny. Yeah, so I thought some of that, The Walking Dead, just the rhyme scheme from that was funny. The first round closer, you did give me your mom's number, so thank you, honestly. I thought that was kind of cool because you went on a whole thing about greed that was kind of serious and like, I don't care, you're just a Ponzi scheme, da-da-da-da, and it was a good rhyme scheme, and then you just kind of ended it with that joke to tie it back in, so that was cool. The third round, I kind of liked your prophet thing about, like, you're in church, you work for a prophet, I seek a prophet, we're both religion, that was kind of cool. Your scheme about, stock exchange, you passed, like, John Stockton's games and got another job stocking games.
Yeah, well, that's what cool. I was saying last night at Wild Wings was that, so it was, if I can remember it off the top right now, but it was like, I get whatever I want, however I feel, from knocking banks to the stock exchange, but you're over here a slave to your works, like stocks and chains. And while I was running my third round outside, walking around on the street, it just came to me like, I would never assist you like John Stockton's games. You're so generous, you have to work 2 jobs like your stocking games, or that's why you're stocking games. So it was like, I don't know how I added that in there. Again, I said this last night, but thank you to everybody that prayed for my memorization. I think I do that in most every battle, have people pray for me, but shout out to the Lord, because I got to give him credit where it's due. There's no way I had my third round go off that smoothly if it wasn't for the Lord bringing my memorization and delivery there. Sorry, I didn't mean to...
No, that's dope. That's dope. But I think it was dope you kind of came up with that last minute because I am a Utah Jazz fan. So, the John Stockton assist line kind of is breaking the fourth wall. I mean, it could work for anybody, but it's kind of had that little extra push of like, okay, digging at the Jazz. And was that intentional?
No, I know you're a Jazz fan, but I didn't even think about that when I came up with it because it was so last minute and I was so worried about what I was doing. So I didn't even think about it until you told me at Wild Wings.
No, that's dope. That's dope. While I was watching a Jazz game, actually.
Right, exactly.
The Jazz won, so it's just completely irrelevant to this interview, but I'm just sidebarring. So,
right.